Hello and welcome back to History Crafts. When most people think about Mongolia, they probably have the great Chinggis Khan with his Mongol Empire in their head. And for anyone visiting Mongolia or Ulaanbaatar, our stop today is very valuable for anyone who is interested in the history and culture of this beautiful country. Located just 54 kilometers to the east of Ulaanbaatar, you can see the biggest equestrian statue in the world. And of course, it's dedicated to no other than Genghis Khan himself. I will also do a more in-depth video about Genghis, but if there's any people watching who don't know who he was, I will give you a quick breakdown. Legendary Chinggis Khan was born as Temujin in around 1162. He was able to unite the vast steppe lands of Mongolia and its tribes, forming Mongolia in 1206 and being proclaimed as Chinggis Khan, meaning universal ruler. His empire stretched from the Sea of Japan to the Caspian Sea, the largest continuous land empire ever in human history. And the statue itself stands at 40 meters high, holding the Guinness World Record for the tallest equestrian statue in the world. Equestrian means horse-mounted statue. Built in 2008, this monument is made of 250 tons of stainless steel and stands on a 10-meter high visitor complex, bringing the total height to 50 meters, which is around 16 stories tall. Around the visitor complex, you can count 36 columns, which are representing the 36 great Khans of Mongolia. The statue should be surrounded by around 200 gears, designed and arranged like the pattern of the horse brand marks that were used by Mongol tribes in the 13th century. It was commissioned to Genko Tour Bureau and designed by sculptor Erden Bilek Inebish and architect J. Engsh Jargal. The statue complex itself is located at Tsonjin Boldog, a site chosen for its legendary symbolism. And according to legend, it was here that Genghis Khan found a golden whip, a good omen for conquest. The entry was around 20,000 tukri, which comes out at 5 euros. Inside on the first floor, you can see the portraits of the great Khans. You could take a picture in a ger, buy some souvenirs, and also watch some artwork and paintings. Everything had a really nice flair to it, even though it was pretty crowded at that day. And some of the artworks displayed were even up for sale, but I just thought they looked very beautiful. If you want to know the names of all the Khans, you can pause the video right here and read all of them. There's also this big boot, which holds a Guinness World Record for the world's largest traditional Mongolian boot. It was created by local artisans and reflects the symbolic importance of traditional clothing in Mongolian nomadic culture. These shoes are also called gutals and are famous for their upturned toes, which are meant to avoid damaging the earth and are linked to Buddhist environmental respect. These sculptures or artworks were also listed for sale, and I must admit, I think they were pretty cool looking. After checking out the ground area, You can decide to walk up to the statue, because there's a visiting platform on top. But also there's an elevator if you don't want to walk. At the top of the statue, you have an amazing view of the surrounding landscape, as well as on Genghis Khan himself. From up there it even feels more magnificent than seeing it from down below. You can also see some of the 200 yurts already standing, but I guess it will take a bit until they're all here. And as you can see, it was also pretty full on top, and you didn't have much space to move or look around. So you kinda had to go quickly if you wanted to enjoy the view and also take videos or pictures. But it was definitely worth going up here, and hopefully next time I visit, all the 200 gears are standing around it, and that I have a little bit more space and time up here. Going down, you can see that you get in or out while moving out of Genghis Khan's crotch, which is just a funny side fact. The staircase is pretty narrow and sometimes you have to wait for people to pass, but it just takes 2 minutes and you are up or down. They also had a small souvenir shop in the middle of the stairs, but we didn't check that out. Interestingly, the statue complex also houses a museum. Visitors can see weapons and armory from the 13th century, and also other culturally interesting things, like these sigils for example. A map of the vast landscape the Mongolian Empire had under control. And these are some of the important buildings which get built by Mongolian dynasties, for example the Taj Mahal. Some of these artifacts were original, but most of them were replicas of course. These types of blue porcelain come from the Great Yuan dynasty in Mongolia. These porcelains were the pride of the Yuan dynasty and was the main item of trade for Chinese merchants until the beginning of the 20th century. And here are some weapons and armor from the 13th or 14th century, as I said. And of course, we cannot forget about bow and arrow. A gedige was a diplomatic tablet or passport used during the Mongol Empire, and especially under Genghis Khan, to grant messengers and envoys the authority to travel freely and demand supplies or assistance. Ankle archery is called a shagai and has ancient origins in Mongolia's nomadic culture. This game has probably been played for hundreds and hundreds of years. There are of course way more artifacts in this museum, but I don't want to show them all, of course. So if you are there and see the statue complex for yourself, there are still some new things to explore. If you ever get the chance to visit Mongolia or Ulaanbaatar, make sure to make a stop here, because you won't regret it. I hope you enjoyed the video and also learned something new. If you want to see more videos about Mongolia and its culture and history, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, you can also leave a comment for the algorithm. Until next time, and as always, this is History Crafts, where history crafts itself.